Dude, can we talk about this? Because like
Oh,
you
that's over
obviously
here.
you you obviously grew up in the same time period I did, and
Mhm.
I have a feeling that you and I were in the same like social economic structure where we did not get to have a Power Glove. Am I wrong?
All right, and I'm going to continue the story. You are correct. I did not have a Power Glove. I had a friend who was reminded me of a quieter version of Lucas. He had, I'm not going to get into it, but he had a ton of Nintendo games, and all the from like Virtual Boy, and he had the Power Glove. I've tried the Power Glove. That shit does not work. Period. Because you have to program that each one. I'm like, holy shit. When he says
What?
it's so bad, what do you mean what?
I had no, because I honestly don't know how the Power Glove works. Like
Oh,
I'm watching him like play it, and I'm like, I never even put my hand in one of these things.
oh, it
How does
feels.
this even make sense?
Okay, so first of all, I will admit, as a kid, when you put that shit on, it feels so good. It's so bad, but
What
you're
the
like, there's
fuck?
something so it's so
It's
because it's
so
and
bad.
and I give shit that it doesn't work. It does best for the driving games, and I know that's what they use it for. But technically, you can use that for Legend of Zelda. You can use that for Metroid. You can use that for any Nintendo game. You basically
So
you
how does
saw
it?
that
You
all
wave it
right.
around?
No. So if you saw the TV in the scene, and I actually paid
Uh huh.
attention, they had the four sensors around the TV. So they kept continuity correct. I will give them credit for that. So there's actually four
Okay.
sensors that go around your TV. And yes, you type in a code which matches up to the game or something
Sure.
like that, a certain game. So yes, you can. There are ways you move your thumb to move left and right, back and forth. Pinky. So
What?
so this is 100% legit, and it does work, but it does not work long. But racing games, yes, it feels it. So that is 100% true. I've actually used it, so I give it shit saying it
Wow.
doesn't work. It doesn't work for a lot, but you can play Zelda. You can play. You just have to know what the controls are, and then at the you can actually, kind of look at your forearm and play it as a controller, which defeats the motherfucking purpose. But there's a
I saw
controller on
that.
that. But yeah, so no, that is legit. You can move your fingers, and you can move. It does work. That's the intended purposes. So what he's doing, whether or not he's really doing that live, that is 100% correct. After a while, though, the Power Glove, just like all the other peripherals of Nintendo, just breaks down. But yeah, so you're right. Our economic state, what we
Wow.
grew up in, we did not have the Power Glove. But I
No.
did have a friend that had all that Nintendo shit, and I did use the Power Glove as my. So I always laugh when he
Wow. I
says it's
never
so
did.
bad.
Oh, dude, it's
It's
so
a double.
funny.
It's a good double standard because
Unintended.
at that time,
It's
yeah,
so bad.
we all right. So we just thought, hey, this is what happens with this movie. We are talking
Yeah.
Nintendo. We've just now on our podcast gave a commercial for the fucking Power Glove, but
Really? I
not
don't think it
really.
was very heartfelt because I had no idea how this thing works. It makes no sense to me. I can't even wrap my mind around the fucking concept. Even if you were to give me a Power Glove now that was compatible with the PS5, I still wouldn't even know what to do. Sensors?
Yeah.
It was that
Well, it's
in
like,
depth?
oh yeah, it was
Oh
100%.
my
And it went around
God, no
because mind you,
wonder.
you can't think flat screen. You have to think of the TVs of the day. So you had to do it almost like
Yeah.
in a perfect square. But yeah, that is 100% correct.